What's up, guys? So officially 3 weeks out from the show. So big changes. The main big one was the diet. I was doing a low carb diet, and I went to a no carb diet, or only trace carbs, which means like the carbs that it comes in the protein or the carbs that it comes in the vegetables. Very, 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 very minimum carbs, but it's pretty much like a no carb diet. Okay, so why did I do that? Well, when you're in a low carb diet, you're not consuming enough carbs to produce enough glucose for your brain to work properly. What does that mean? It means that your attention is not the same, your concentration is not the same, retention, you feel like it's like it's blurry, like I don't know, you feel different, you feel like you cannot concentrate, like your brain is not working properly. And it's because of the restriction of glucose, right? You don't have enough, you're barely producing enough to keep your brain. So that's why I switch from a low carb that keep me like that to a no carb. But how does that affect your brain? Well, when that happens, after like 72 hours of not consuming carbs, your liver start producing something named ketones, right? They produce them from the fat, so that's why you need to consume high to moderate fat amounts in this new diet. So when it does that, your brain switch from consuming glucose to consuming ketones, and you do have reserves of fat, and you're consuming fat, so your energy is going to have a stable source of energy in your brain, so it's not gonna have problem to work properly, because it's mostly like 100% of the times you're not gonna run out of fat. Okay, so another thing that I like about keto is once you stop consuming carbs, you stop craving carbs. It happens, of course, at the beginning, from the transition of like those 72 hours, you're gonna feel really crappy, and you're gonna feel like abandon it, and that's why so many people fail into the keto diet, because they don't give it the time. You have to give it the time. After those 3 days, you're gonna start feeling different. You're gonna start feeling better. Like I said, no cravings, a steady energy source for your brain. So obviously, if you're like an athlete, like something endurance, so because you're not consuming carbs, then your endurance is not gonna be as good. Okay, so that's gonna change. So if you're like I don't know, like a marathon runner, or like something like a swimmer, keto diets don't work for them, because they do need the energy. Like a fighter, like a boxer, they do need those carbs for more energy. So that was the main reason, and like I said, I think keto diet is really effective to burn fat. Like those last few weeks to the show, depending on how lean you are or how fat you are, that depending on how long you need to be on that diet. So I'm 3 weeks, and I decided that I'm gonna start doing it until the end of the show. That includes one cheat meal, which is needed a week, because what happens after, like, sometimes you are into the diet, your body's gonna try to, how do you say it? Like, it's gonna try to like balance. It's gonna try to adapt, to the new diet, and it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen inside of you. Thyroid, your T3 is gonna low, because you're in a steady. Let's say you're on a diet, and then your body's like, okay, I'm on a starvation mode. I'm gonna have to slow down the metabolism. And it does it like that. It does it with the thyroid, with the T3. So you need this cheat meal to involve some amount of carbs. So you tell your body, hey, we're not on a diet. We can, keep burning fat and keep everything steady. and that way you're not gonna get into a plateau, and that's where a lot of people also fail. They don't do that cheat meal, like a proper cheat meal, and then your metabolism doesn't wake up. Okay, so you do need that cheat meal carb day or that refeed day, something like that, something that upsets the diet. So you tell your body, okay, don't adapt, we're good, keep burning fat. So that's pretty much what it does. Another thing about a wrong keto diet is when you consume a lot of protein. You're like, okay, so they told me it's like high to moderate fats and high to moderate protein and no carbs. So people start consuming a lot of protein. And what happens though is that when you're in that state, that you kind of like starving your body, blah, blah, your body can't produce from protein, it can produce amino acids and can, become glucose. It's another process called gluconeogenesis, and that's what it does. It's very, like I said, a lot of protein in your body, so he start grabbing all the protein that he can because you don't have carbs, and he converts it to glucose. So now you are not on keto, because your liver is not producing ketones. You're still producing glucose, thanks to the protein, the extra protein, and thanks to gluconeogenesis. Like I said, so you have to consume something like is have more fat on it, like protein not as lean. You're not gonna be consuming fish, or you're not gonna be consuming like a turkey on this diet, because like I said, you're gonna have to consume like big quantities of these lean proteins to get the fats that you need. So like for example, 8 ounces of salmon is not the same of 8 ounces of tilapia. Protein wise, maybe a little like close. They're not the same, of course, but the fat of the salmon is way more concentrated than the tilapia. So to get the same fat amount from the tilapia, I will have to eat like 4 pounds, 5 pounds. I mean, I don't know. I need to do the math, obviously, but it's just, like I say, it just makes no sense because you're consuming way too much protein to get that minimum fat that you need on this diet. And like I said, too much protein, it can be converted in glucose. So you don't want that neither. So keto is a lot of people throw this word very easily, and it's not like that. You have to make a proper diet, because if not, you're gonna look worse. You need these fats to produce hormones. So if you go like super lean proteins and and super lean everything and no fats at all, then you start producing testosterone, you start producing, like I said, all your hormones. Your hormones are produced from fats, from cholesterol. So you do need it, okay? So what else? Well, when I switch my diet, obviously I'm like way more hungry. I'm still training, super hard. I'm still doing cardio 1 hour and a half. So I'm super hungry, right? So the name of the game on this diet is quantity, okay? And this, I found this, man. And then this to me is a blessing. It's insane, okay? It's called tofu shirataki. I hope I'm saying it right. And it's like pasta, okay? Let me tell you, this has 8 ounces. And for the 8 ounces, it only has 6 grams of carbs. But 4 of those are fiber, okay? Insoluble fiber, which means fiber is a type of carb, okay? I mean, obviously, but your body cannot consume like it's not like the fiber just pass through you, okay? You don't assimilate the fiber, like you don't synthesize the fiber. So like whatever from the fiber is just gonna go through you, meaning the net carbs that are the carbs that you're going to absorb are only 2 grams of carbs per the whole package. And I'm telling you, man, when your diet is so restricted and you cannot eat like, you know, much, that's like lifesaver. I'm super happy that I found it, and it's fiber. So, you know, fiber is always good. You know, it's gonna move that protein, it's gonna move that everything inside your system, is gonna clean you out, toxins, all that stuff. You know, that's why I also use a separate supplement of fiber. But this is pretty much made of fiber. It's a plant. I don't remember the name of the plant that they made this from, but man, it's insane. I cannot believe it. And it has like fettuccine. It has like spaghetti, angel hair, macaroni. I mean, obviously, it's not pasta, okay? So don't expect like, oh, you know, obviously this is like a diet food, all right? So the texture is a little bit different, the flavor is a little more plain, but like I said, if you're a competitor, if you compete, you know what I'm talking about. You are going to love that. So you're welcome, all right? Another thing that I want to mention in this video is maintenance, okay? Why do I want to talk about maintenance? Because people is always talking about, you know, how this bodybuilding, you know, is about like 50% in the kitchen and 50% exercise. And to me, all those numbers are bullshit, straight up bullshit. Okay, why? Because you cannot talk about percentage, all right? Things are like an ecosystem, like things work together. Let's say a plant, okay? You have a plant, and the plant needs sun, it needs a good soil, and it needs water, right? I mean, let's make it simple. It doesn't matter if you have the best soil in the world, and it doesn't matter if you have the best water in the world. If you don't give sun to that plant, it's just not gonna grow. And you know, the same with other, you can give the best sun, you can give the best soil. If you don't give that water, that plant water, then it's gonna die. It's just not gonna work, okay? So it's the same with your muscles, it's the same with your metabolism, it's the same with your body, okay? You need, obviously, diet, you need exercise, and you need to rest. Once you do those 3 things, then you're gonna start seeing the results. If you don't do that, you're just hindering the results. You're just like boycotting yourself, you know, you're like setting up for failure. You need to compromise and do the 3 things at a time, and then you're gonna see results in no time. But these 3 things to me wouldn't work without the proper maintenance. Why, like, once again, why do I say that? I say it. What is maintenance? Like massages, it's like going to the chiropractor. There is a lot of techniques like Graston technique, active release technique, and it's like massages, you know. It helps your body because you're working, you're taxing your body so much. You're going to the gym, you're doing cardio, you're under eating. You need to give your body some type of rest, some type of recovery, okay? And these, like massages, like I say, all these things, they really help your muscles. They need it. They really need it. They're gonna get so tense that you're not gonna be able to work out after a few weeks, you know? So those are very, very, very important. It helps to keep up the intensity, you know? It keeps, like, you can work out with pain, but you cannot work out 100% with pain. You can like try to overcome the pain, and you can like, yeah, I'm a man, blah, 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 blah. No pain, no gain. Bullshit, okay? When you're in pain, you cannot work out 100%. That simple. And when you're not giving 100% at the gym, you're not getting 100% of the results. So these things are very important so you can keep working out, okay? Like I said, a massage might not build muscle or burn fat, but if you don't get the massages, then you might not be able to work out as hard as you can, right? So that's one thing. Another thing, and to me, guys, a lot of people, overlook this because it's not visible until you go to the doctor and tell you, you're gonna die, or you have a disease, or your kidneys are failing, or whatever. Yes, bodybuilders need blood work, but people like just normal people, everyday people that just want to be healthy, they need blood work. Why is this blood work so important? Blood work is like a map, okay? Why do you think a doctor never gives you any type of treatment or medicine or nothing without blood work? Well, like I said, it's a map. When you know everything is working properly, then, no biggie. Everything is perfect. Whatever diet, whatever training you're doing, everything is gonna work, all right? There is many approaches to build muscle, to burn fat, or to the fitness goal that you want. There is many ways, right? But I promise you one thing: you're not gonna be able to get the results. You might be able to get some results, but you're not gonna be able to get 100% of the results if your inside is not working properly, if your blood is not good, if your digestive system is not good, if your liver is not working, if your kidney is not working properly, if your disposal of wasting and toxins of your body are not working properly, then it doesn't matter what approach you're taking, you are not gonna get the results you want. For example, guys, myself, last competition, I usually do blood work every 6 months, right? So I did my blood work and everything was okay, but I didn't check my thyroid, right? Well, after my last show, I did some blood work, and in this blood work, I'll show you the blood work in a minute. It showed that my T4 and the T3 levels were down, were low. Hypothyroid, okay? It's just low levels of thyroid, these hormones in your body. What it does, like I explained, these hormones kind of control like your metabolism. The lower they are, the slower you synthesize proteins, fats, and carbs. The higher they are, well, the faster, okay? But I didn't know. And I was, working my ass off and dieting super hard and doing cardio like crazy. And I was like, man, it's crazy. I'm not losing weight. And I was doing everything right. I was doing everything perfect. My diet was on point. I was working hard. I was doing a lot of cardio. Everything was right, but things just didn't go the way I wanted to. Well, that's just, I'm telling you guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. If your homeostasis, that's the whole word, the homeostasis of your body is not on balance, then nothing that you do is gonna work 100%. So guys, best advice, like I said, go and do your blood work, check that everything is fine, so whatever approach you take is gonna work. Like I said, if your blood work comes and back with some problem, then you address that problem first, and then you take on your fitness goals. But like I said, don't waste your time, don't waste money, just make sure that you're perfect on the inside, and then do whatever you want to do. Let me show you guys, and this is something I'm very, very proud. Like, my blood work came perfectly. This is the lipid panel. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. Well, let me read it to you guys, okay? I mean, you guys gonna have to trust me. And this is the thing that I'm super happy. My cholesterol, my HDL, the good cholesterol, is super high. It's 57, and normal is like higher than 39. My low cholesterol is low, is 116, and usually under 130 is good. So what else? Important. There is something that I always, watching on my clients' blood work, and it's the BUN and the creatinine levels. Why? Because these two things can tell you if you're disposing of your toxins good. If these things are off, then you need to go and clean your kidneys, or whatever is not working, but it's mostly your kidneys. So be careful with that. My BUN was 18, and the normal range is between 5 and 26. My creatinine levels, it was 1.1, and they go from 0.5 to 1.5, so they're good. My liver enzymes, they're good. My filtration rate is, they tell you how good your kidneys are working, and mine are perfect. Well, not perfect, but they're good. My estrogen levels, they're normal. What else? Well, blood sugar is good, 5.1. But this is the problem. Okay, let me show you. I hope you guys can see it. These are the thyroid, where they tell you the T3 levels. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. And mine were low. So like I said, now I'm addressing it, and everything is everything is working more like better. Everything is like tighter. I don't have to kill myself. I feeling the changes, like I said, and like I said, it was something that I could have fixed very, very easy by getting my blood test done before. Okay, I'm doing this blood test with my my sponsor. They're an amazing about this. They are super progressive thinking, and if you guys need anything about anti-aging clinics and TRTs or hormone therapy, they're the best. Their prices are super good, and they're good. I was working with them before they sponsored me, and I'm super happy because this is shit you need. This is not something that you're just getting extra. This is something that I was doing before, because you need it, guys. You need your blood work. You need to get things on check and make sure you're good. You don't wanna go to the doctor when you have failure. You wanna go before. You wanna go, like I said, that's a map. It's telling you, man, it's telling you months in advance what you need to address, what you need to do. You need to be healthy. You need to be good, and then a side effect of being healthy is looking good. Okay? There is a lot of people that, lose weight, but they look like shit. They look like they're gonna die. Or there is a lot of people that have a lot of muscles, but man, they also, you look at them and they're like breathing so hard. You gotta do things right. Okay? So, there you go. Don't play with your health. Be smart. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Get a map. Get a good trainer. Get your fitness goal on check. Okay, so what else? Okay, since I'm 3 weeks out, then I start doing things like skincare. So I'm being scrubbing. I don't know, la loofah, or some exfoliated things. I don't even remember the name of those things. Just exfoliate yourself, scrub yours really good. Start doing that like 3-4 weeks before a show, and get either. I hate tanning beds, but they're a necessity when you're about to compete. If you cannot get like suntan, then start like tanning. It depends on how white you are, like me. I'm super white, guys, so I need to tan like 3 times before the show, and that works for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to either suntan or use a tanning bed if I have to. And like I said, I'm gonna keep scrubbing my skin, so when you put your tan on, it's gonna attach. It's gonna get inside your skin. So that's that. What else? At the end of the video, I'll show you the meals, and I'll show you the quantities and the macros. I'm trying to think of what else, but I think that's it. Guys, and if you have any questions, just post them on the comments, and I will be more than glad if I can to answer it. I also want to reiterate, though, that this whole plan is specifically for me. Like I said, I have my map, I have my blood work. I know my body, I know the way I train, I know how much cardio I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Every person is different. So even though if I'm sharing all this stuff, all this information, it's always good to have a trainer. It's always good, because you need to address reactions. It's that simple, man, You're not a machine. You're a human, and the way you react is different. Even me, that I have done so many shows now, every prep is different because you don't start in the same point, and not just that. I mean, look, in my last prep, I had T3 problems. In this one, I won't have T3 problems. So you need to address reactions, like I said, and that's when a good coach comes in hand, when he can change and move things around, and by checking you, by seeing you, by how you feel, by what you're eating, how you react to the foods, blah blah, you have to change things, so that's when a good trainer comes. That's it, guys. If anything else comes, I'll share it with you. Like I said, don't forget about maintenance, guys. If you're serious about getting fit or competitions, or just being healthy, trust me. People don't talk enough about how much you need blood work, and I think it's a mistake of the industry. I think it should really make people aware that you need to know. You need to know how everything is working inside. Okay? Well, guys, that's it. Ricardo Martinez, 3 weeks out. Subscribe, like the channel. See ya.